Hey everyone, it's Echo, and today's story is about a doll that has been terrifying Japan for more than 100 years. This isn't Chucky, this isn't Annabelle, this is something scarier, something real, something people can actually go and see for themselves. This is the Okiku Doll, a doll that literally grows human hair, and maybe even teeth. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, smash like, and drop a comment saying, "Echo, my doll is watching me." Because trust me, after this video, you're gonna start looking at your toys a little differently. Our story begins in 1918 in Hokkaido, Japan. A 17-year-old boy named Ikichi Suzuki is out walking one day when he sees a doll in a shop. 16 inches tall, dressed in a kimono, porcelain skin, neat little bob haircut, and big glassy eyes. He thinks it's cute and buys it for his 2-year-old sister, Okiku. She falls in love with it immediately. She carries it everywhere, names it after herself, and the doll basically becomes her best friend. You're probably thinking, "Aw, sweet story." Yeah, for now. Because only a year later, tragedy strikes. Okiku, the little girl, gets sick. Some say it was bronchitis, some say the flu, but either way, she doesn't survive. She dies at just 3 years old. Her family is devastated. To keep her memory alive, they place her favorite doll on their household altar. At first, it's just a comforting reminder, a way to feel like their daughter is still present. But then, something starts to happen. The doll's hair, the same neat little bob cut it had when it was bought, starts to get longer. At first, the family thinks they're imagining it, but slowly, steadily, the strands grow. Shoulder length, then past the shoulders, then down its back. They trim it. The hair grows back. They cut it again. It returns. Always soft, always fresh, and it keeps happening. Now imagine that. Your child has just passed away, and the doll she loved most won't stop changing, as if it's alive. The family begins to believe their daughter's spirit has moved into the doll. And here's the kicker. Scientists eventually examined the hair years later, and guess what? They confirmed it's real human hair, not synthetic, not doll fiber. Human hair from a child. So the doll stays in the family altar. Year after year, haircuts after haircuts. But the family can only take so much. By 1938, they've had enough. They donate the doll to the Monenji Temple in Hokkaido. Now you'd expect the monks to say, "Nah, no thanks, take this nightmare back." But no, they accept it. They even take on the job of trimming the doll's hair themselves, because to this day, it still grows. Imagine dedicating your life to meditation and peace, only to be assigned barber duty for a haunted doll. But here's where it gets worse. People who visit the doll say its eyes follow them. Wherever you move, its gaze shifts, tracking you across the room. And then there are those who swear they've seen its mouth slowly opening to reveal tiny, human-like teeth. Think about that. A porcelain doll, locked in a glass case, slowly growing teeth. That's not a toy anymore. That's a nightmare that wants to eat. If I saw that, I wouldn't stick around to document it. I'd be out the door faster than you can say, "Run." The priests at the temple insist that the doll is truly inhabited by Okiku's spirit, that her soul never left the toy she loved so much in life. And honestly, that makes sense in Japanese tradition. In Shinto and Buddhist beliefs, objects can become vessels for spirits, especially when strong emotions are attached to them. And what object could have stronger attachment than a doll named after you, played with every single day, and kept at your altar after death? Today, the Okiku doll still sits inside the Monenji Temple. It's kept in a glass case, but even from behind the glass, people say they feel its presence. Some claim to see subtle changes in its face. Some swear its mouth is different each time they visit. Some say it even speaks to them in dreams. Tourists travel from all over to catch a glimpse of it, some out of respect, others for the thrill, others simply because they don't believe until they see it with their own eyes. And skeptics do try to explain it away. They say the hair thing was exaggerated by the family. They say the temple trims it every year as part of tradition, and people just imagine it looks longer. They even suggest environmental conditions could make the strands shift and seem like they're growing. But none of those explanations account for the fact that scientists tested the hair and confirmed it belonged to a child. None of those explanations account for the rumors of teeth. And that's why this story sticks with people. It's not just a creepy doll. It's the mix of grief, memory, and the unexplainable. A child's favorite toy becoming the very thing that keeps her spirit alive. A doll that should have been harmless, but instead has been haunting a temple for more than 100 years. And maybe that's why it still scares us. Dolls are supposed to be cute, innocent, lifeless, but they look human enough that a tiny part of your brain whispers, "What if? What if it moves when you're not looking? What if it's watching you? What if it wakes up one night?" And the Okiku doll isn't just a what if, it's real. It's out there. And it's waiting. So here's my question for you. Would you dare spend a single night in the same room as the Okiku doll? Could you sit there in the dark, watching it, waiting to see if its hair shifts, if its eyes follow you, if its mouth opens just a little wider? Or would you be on the next train out of Hokkaido? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment saying, "Echo, keep the scary stories coming." This is Echo, signing off. Stay spooky, stay safe, and remember, if your doll's hair starts growing, it's time to run.